I know that people all around the world who love my music are also happy, especialmente todos los latinos y las latinas en el mundo entero y aquí en los Estados Unidos, todas las personas que han trabajado para abrir puertas. Más que un logro mío, es un logro de todos, demostrando que nuestra huella y nuestra aportación en este país nadie nunca la podrá sacar ni borrar. And if you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
The NFL just chose the Bad Bunny Rabbit or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL, like a boycott or something along those lines?
Oh, you tell me, Whit, whether this is an active middle finger to all of MAGA and the right wing by putting this guy who likes to dress in women's dresses, who hates the United States so much he won't come here because he's worried about ICE raiding his concert, as our Super Bowl entertainment.
He smiled on that stage like nothing in the world could touch him. But that smile, it just sparked one of the biggest culture wars of the year. One name, one announcement, and suddenly the same folks who swear they don't even watch halftime shows were foaming at the mouth online. When the NFL and Apple Music officially revealed the 2026 Super Bowl halftime lineup, fans were expecting the usual, maybe Taylor Swift, maybe Drake. But nope, out walks Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican superstar who's been flipping the entire music industry upside down since 2018. The stadium erupted, timelines went nuclear. Within minutes, hashtag Bad Bunny Super Bowl shot straight to #1 worldwide. But not everyone was cheering. The MAGA crowd had a full-blown meltdown. Benny Johnson ranted that Bad Bunny was a massive Trump hater. Megyn Kelly swore she'd boycott the show. Jack Posobiec even pulled up an old photo of Bad Bunny in a skirt, posting, "This is who represents America now." And the answer? Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Then came the copy and paste outrage. He doesn't sing in English. He hates ICE. He's not even American. Except he is. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Benito Martinez Ocasio is as American as the stadium he's about to light up. But facts don't trend. Rage does. Still, this wasn't just another social media tantrum. It was something deeper. Fear disguised as patriotism. Because Bad Bunny's decision to perform entirely in Spanish on America's biggest TV stage, that wasn't rebellion. That was a statement. It hit a nerve. The same crowd that once screamed, "Keep politics out of sports," suddenly couldn't shut up about politics. Old clips started resurfacing. Bad Bunny explaining why he once canceled part of his US tour. "ICE could be outside my concert. I won't put my fans at risk." That quote was meant as protection, but online, it got twisted into proof that he hated America. MAGA pages chopped up his interviews, edited subtitles, and tried to paint him like he'd declared war on the US. Meanwhile, the real receipt said something else entirely. His 31-show residency in Puerto Rico pumped over $700 million into the island's economy, boosting tourism and creating more jobs than the territory had seen in years. That's not hate, that's impact. But the outrage machine didn't slow down. Right-wing accounts spam memes of Trump tossing paper towels during the 2017 Hurricane Maria visit, like they were proud of that moment. It was a reminder of where this tension really started. Here's the twist though. While the far right was melting down on X, brands, fans, and even NFL execs were quietly celebrating. They knew exactly what this meant. Controversy equals clicks, Latino audiences equal growth, and Bad Bunny equals money. Because let's be real, this wasn't just a booking, it was a message, a reggaeton revolution taking over the biggest stage on earth. And as the tweets kept flying, one thing became obvious. This wasn't about football anymore. It was about who really owns the spotlight in America. And trust me, that's not even the half of it.
Have such amazing love and support from your fans.
I'm very grateful that the world can connect with my music.
Within hours, the outrage went from just a trending hashtag to full-blown political theater. What started as internet noise had now turned into an organized pile-on, led by the same right-wing influencers who treat outrage like a subscription business. The new talking point? Bad Bunny isn't just un-American, he's dangerous. Former Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski popped up on the Benny Johnson show, claiming ICE would be present at the Super Bowl. His chilling line, "There's nowhere you can hide, not even the Super Bowl," sent shockwaves through Latino communities online. That didn't sound like Law and Order, that sounded like a threat. Then came the next level of chaos. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem jumped on the same show and doubled down, saying ICE agents would be all over that place. She wrapped it up with, "They suck, we'll win, and God will bless us." the clip instantly went viral. Not because people agreed, but because it sounded more like a pro wrestling promo than an official government statement. Even Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks couldn't hold back. She called the whole panic gross, accusing MAGA leaders of ruining what little joy is left in America. Her co-host, Cenk Uygur, chimed in, saying if ICE really showed up at the Super Bowl, they'd look like clowns in front of the entire world. Fans online had a field day. Memes started flying and people renamed the entire fiasco Super Fear Sunday. Yeah, but while his supporters were out there stirring up chaos and turning the Super Bowl into a battlefield, Trump himself was quietly trying to tiptoe away from the mess he'd started. Then came the moment that flipped everything. During a Newsmax interview, Trump smirked and said, "I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I think it's ridiculous." That line should have cooled things down. But it blew up instead. Within minutes, the Bad Bunny rabbit meme was born. X, formerly Twitter, flooded with edits of Trump clutching a stuffed bunny, while headlines roasted him for pretending he didn't know the planet's most streamed artist. Behind the scenes, conservative strategists were reportedly begging him to chill. They knew this meltdown was making the whole administration look petty. But come on, silence has never been Trump's brand. The next day, he doubled down, ranting that the NFL was losing respect.
That was the NFL's way of making it very official that Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny will headline the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. Big deal.
Which only fueled rumors that the White House was quietly pressuring the league to reconsider Bad Bunny's set. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny said absolutely nothing. No tweets, no interviews, just silence. And that silence hit hard. Fans called it the quiet flex. MAGA was imploding in real time while he sat back and watched the chaos unfold. By the end of the week, conservative talk shows were running segments like Why Bad Bunny Hates America, while late-night hosts fired back, calling the outrage the dumbest culture war of 2025. Even sports analysts joined in, joking that ICE couldn't afford Super Bowl tickets anyway. But here's where it gets wild, because when Bad Bunny finally broke his silence, he didn't apologize. He trolled everyone, and that's where things got messy. If this insider scoop has you whisper screaming more, please make sure to tap that subscribe button, hit like, and ring that bell, because this story is just getting started. When the whole world waited for Bad Bunny to respond, he didn't post a tweet. He didn't drop a Notes app apology. He didn't even issue a press release. Instead, he went straight for primetime television and turned the entire scandal into performance art. The second he walked onto the Saturday Night Live stage, the energy flipped. The crowd went dead silent, then roared. He looked calm, confident, untouchable. Then came the opening line that set the internet on fire. "I'm very happy, and I think everyone's happy about it, even Fox News." The audience exploded, but that wasn't even the punchline. Behind him, the screen lit up with a perfectly edited montage. Clips of Fox News hosts spliced together saying, "Bad Bunny is my favorite musician. He should be the next president." That was the mic drop nobody saw coming. And just when everyone thought the joke was over, Bad Bunny switched gears and switched languages. In fluent Spanish, his tone turned proud, powerful, and unshakable. "This moment is for every Latino. No one can erase our mark or our contribution to this country." Then he smirked, looked right into the camera, and added, in English, "If you didn't understand what I just said, you've got 4 months to learn it." One line, boom, the internet broke. MAGA called it arrogant. Everyone else called it iconic. Within hours, hashtag Learn Spanish Challenge was trending across TikTok as fans used his clip to celebrate their heritage. But here's what made it pure genius. He wasn't angry. He wasn't defensive. He was playful, self-aware, and effortlessly cool. He didn't explain himself. He didn't argue. He just owned the room. His silence leading up to that moment made this explosive. Every word he spoke on that SNL stage hit like a headline. And while the backlash boiled online, Bad Bunny's numbers told a whole different story. His latest album shattered streaming records, over 7 billion plays on Spotify. His Puerto Rico residency pumped $700 million into the island's economy. And behind the scenes, the NFL was quietly celebrating record-breaking engagement. Every angry tweet, every boycott hashtag, every Fox News segment, it all fed the fire. Analysts later admitted this was the league's best PR move in years. They literally turned outrage into free advertising. And that audience the NFL wanted, the young, global, diverse crowd, they were locked in. Even the ones who swore they'd boycott, yeah, they'll be watching too. But his SNL moment wasn't just a comeback, it was a declaration. For decades, English has dominated American entertainment, but here stood Bad Bunny on the biggest stage in the world, reminding everyone that Spanish has been part of this country longer than most people realize. While his haters screamed about borders and lyrics, he was busy doing something way more radical. making unity look cool. But hold up, this story doesn't start here. His feud, his mission, it goes way back. By the time the headlines calmed down, one thing was crystal clear. This wasn't just a fight over music. It was a fight over meaning. See, that tension between Bad Bunny and the conservative movement didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's been brewing for years. Long before the Super Bowl ever hit the headlines. You gotta rewind the clock back to 2017 when Hurricane Maria ripped through Puerto Rico. Then President Donald Trump flew down for a photo op and made history for all the wrong reasons. Cameras caught him tossing paper towel rolls into a crowd of survivors like it was a game. That moment became a symbol of everything Puerto Ricans felt Washington didn't care about. Weeks later, Bad Bunny hit the stage at a massive relief concert wearing a shirt that said, "Are you a tweeter or a president?" That one line changed everything. It cemented him, not just as an artist, but as an unapologetic voice for his people. Fast forward a few years, a comedian at a Trump rally joked that Puerto Rico was just a floating island of garbage. The clip went viral, and Bad Bunny didn't stay silent. He reposted Kamala Harris's comments calling Trump out, adding his own caption, "Never forget." And when Harris ran for president, he openly supported her. He wasn't playing the neutral celebrity game, not for clout, not for safety. His stance was loud and clear. So when the NFL picked him for the biggest stage in America, the backlash wasn't random. It was payback. Right-wing pundits recycled the same tired lines. He hates America. He's anti-police. He's not one of us. But fans knew the truth. They'd seen him stand up when it actually mattered. Bad Bunny isn't anti-American. He's anti-hypocrisy, and the proof is right there in the numbers. Puerto Rico's economy thriving, boosted by the $700 million his residency brought in. His concerts, they've become safe havens for fans who feel unseen everywhere else. And he's done it all while performing in the same language politicians once said doesn't belong on American TV. Even cultural analysts had to admit it. This was bigger than music. It was a referendum on who really gets to define American identity in 2025. To some, the halftime show represents division, but to others, it's the moment America finally catches up with reality. The truth is, this country sounds different now. It looks different now, and no amount of outrage tweets or boycott hashtags can change that. As for Bad Bunny, he's not arguing anymore, he's winning. His silence, his confidence, his humor, all part of the master plan. He turned criticism into currency, outrage into opportunity. Every insult became promotion, every meme became marketing. And when he finally walks out at Levi's Stadium this February, singing in the language that raised him, millions will be watching. Some to celebrate, others to seethe, but either way, they'll be watching. Because in the end, this isn't just a halftime show, it's history in motion. So what do you think? Did Bad Bunny just pull off the boldest culture shock in Super Bowl history, or did he just expose how fragile America's comfort zone really is? Drop your take in the comments below. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unfiltered pop culture tea, because here on Rap Unfiltered, we don't just follow the story, we break it open.